that usually means the mics are live.
Okay. Good to know.
At least that's what we believe.
That's what we believe.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Do we have any minutes, Maureen? No, right? Minutes?
Pardon?
Minutes?
Minutes.
No. And good evening. Tonight is June 29th. It's 7 p.m. I'll call this brief meeting of the Stow Board of Selectmen to order. We really only have one order of business. A couple of comments, though. Beginning, we're obviously socially distanced, or sort of. I hope everyone's comfortable with where we are and wearing the masks. Want to welcome our two new board members, Ellen Sturgis, former selectman from 2007 to 2010, if I got that right, and Megan Birch McMichael. And want to take this opportunity to thank Brian Burke for his 6 years of service to this board. And I don't think I have anything else by way of comments. The only real order of business that we have is the reorganization of the board. There are two officers on the Board of Selectmen, the chair and a clerk. The clerk serves as a vice chair and as somebody who takes notes and does the minutes in the absence of our secretary, but that doesn't happen very often. I'll take nominations, and what I'll do with the nominations, I'll take a nomination, assuming it's seconded, then I'll ask for any other nominations, then we'll vote. First one to get 3 votes is chair or clerk. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Do I have any nomination? Oh, and I am not in the running for another term of chair.
I nominate Jim Sullivan.
Just to make that clear. Do I have any nominations for chair?
Mr. Chair, I would like to nominate Tom Ryan for the chair for the coming year.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Was that Ellen?
Yes,
I can't.
that's right.
Motion been made, or a nomination made and seconded for Tom Ryan. Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none. We'll put this to a vote. We're all here, so I can do this by voice vote. All those in favor of Tom Ryan as chair, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions, and that's unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman.
I think it's condolences.
You're absolutely right.
Just to finish it up, would you delegate the responsibility of running the rest of the meeting to me, or do you want to take over?
I think you're doing a fine job.
Okay. Just want to note for the record, the happiest guy in the room right now is me. And I will open up the floor for nominations for clerk. Do I have any nominations for clerk?
I'll nominate Courtney Fresha for clerk.
Nomination for Courtney Fresh for clerk. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second for Courtney Fresh to be clerk. Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor of Courtney Fresh as clerk, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that's unanimous. That is about it. Mr. Chairman, do you want to say anything about your, I don't know, about anything?
The only thing I was thinking of is trying to set up a meeting for next week if everybody's amenable. So that one of the things is the prior board, we had voted a number of issues that are coming up on town meeting. And I want to make sure that everybody's either all okay with those, so that we can, we were unanimous at the time. And so we can either discuss them or amend them. Or add any other ones that we might want to. So what I'll do is I'll ask Maureen to get out a list of the ones that we did discuss and vote, and we can do that. The other thing I was thinking of is that we do have town meeting coming up, in case there's anything that we might have to do for town meeting, just in case. And then the only other thing is, and I'll probably talk to Bill tomorrow to find out how the negotiations are going for our new town administrator, in case we need to have an executive session for any other stuff that we might have to talk about, so that maybe we can get that wrapped up prior to town meeting.
Great.
I mean, I think I could say those negotiations are going very well. I think they've been delayed only because it's been a busy time and she's running a town as well. At this time, because I've been involved a bit, I would not we would go into an executive session if there was something left to negotiate. I would not expect that right now.
But what we may be
You never
able to do is at an open, if we have a meeting before town meeting, we may be able to wrap it up and sign off on the contract, the final
Because we-
contract.
Okay.
Right. So we do have to still vote on the final, whatever that final negotiation is, that's
Right.
still in play. Okay.
Yeah, we had an agreement in principle, shall we say.
Great.
But-
Oh, okay.
And there are, man, I'm so used to,
I'm gonna have to start whacking you.
it's been 2 years, I could just talk whenever I feel like it. There were definitely terms that were discussed in executive session, agreed upon, and then not discussed in open session. So you're gonna, and you'll get a chance to take a look at the written contract, and I don't think it's giving anything away. You know, things have become typical, like severance pay for, you know, certain big executives, even in the public sector, get that kind of thing. But I announced the basic salary at that meeting, so that's not going to be a surprise to anyone.
But I figure, you know, if we can wrap that up, that'll be a good thing.
Yeah.
And fully announce it at town meeting. But I don't know what else might come up. So I was thinking later in the week versus earlier, but you know, it depends on people's schedule. I was thinking
sure.
either Wednesday or Thursday, so that we've got a little bit of time. And so either probably the 7th or the 8th or the 9th, whatever might be amenable to most.
I think I have another meeting on the 9th.
Oh, the 9th, okay.
The Town Hall Restoration Committee, too.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one.
So maybe the Wednesday.
Well, does Wednesday the
Wednesday,
8th work for everybody?
It works for me.
Yep.
All right.
7 p.m.?
Yeah. And what I may do is I'll get Maureen to send out the list. And what we may do is, if everybody is amenable and isn't going to want to discuss other stuff, and we don't have a contract to finalize and everything, maybe what we'll do is just cancel it at the last minute.
Okay.
But that's why I was looking more towards later in the week than earlier.
Sure.
But I figure if I send out the list, if we just want to ratify it at a meeting prior to actual town meeting, we can do that. I'm thinking that for town meeting, we should probably post a meeting for 8:30.
Oh, sure.
Usual half hour beforehand. And what I'll probably do is, if everybody's good with the list and the recommendations, and that was the only thing we were going to have to do, everybody could just tell me individually, so that we're not breaking the open meeting law, and then
Sure.
at that point, I'll cancel it.
I think technically it does. Maybe they should tell Bill. We'll talk.
Right.
We'll talk. Could Maureen give us the votes too? They actually weren't all unanimous. There were some abstentions.
Right.
And I don't want to vote the second time inconsistent with how I voted the first time.
You're welcome to change your mind.
Yeah.
New
Pardon?
information,
Yeah.
change your mind.
Yeah, if I'm going to change my mind, I want to know I'm changing my mind.
Do you think you could get that out? I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the only other thing is, our next regularly scheduled meeting is the 14th. But Megan
I'm away.
had mentioned she's going to be out of town, so one of the things that I want to schedule is, it'll probably be our second meeting, assuming everybody's going to be around, is there are a couple things that we should discuss in an executive session so that you guys are all brought up to speed on any stuff. And it's probably also going to be a reminder for us for some stuff that's a couple of years old that we haven't heard from in a while.
Okay.
And it'll be a good, for Bill to put the list together, I'll say, for the transition for our new town administrator, so that she also knows what she's getting into. But, you know, so there will be an executive session for that stuff in
Okay.
addition to the regular meeting. I don't think that, I don't know how you feel, Megan, I don't want to box you out of the first meeting.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's fine. You would push the executive session to the meeting that I could be there?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's possible I could also call in. I'm not gonna promise
Yeah,
because I'll be on
yeah.
vacation,
Right,
but
around
And what we'll do
We'll
is,
see.
you know, we're going to be
I'll see what
having-
the agenda looks like.
We'll be having meeting fatigue at that point anyway,
Yeah.
because of Wednesday, then Saturday,
Yeah.
and then Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know what other stuff will be on the agenda at this
Sure.
point, but I'm not inclined to make any substantive moves like discussing liaison assignments and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
When any one of us would be absent.
Okay.
Because I
That
think-
was my question, was when that needs to happen, when the liaison. But-
I was thinking of the 14th, but, you know, it doesn't make sense if we're not all here. And like I said, I think we'll be having meeting fatigue by that point anyway. And I don't think there'll be anything that can't wait till the 28th.
Okay.
If I can make a suggestion, maybe Maureen could send out the list of current assignments ahead of that.
Yeah.
So that, you know, obviously the stuff that Brian had is up for grabs. And then horse trading
Yeah.
can always
And
And the
occur.
stuff that Dawn,
Change.
that really has never been reassigned to Dawn.
Right.
Right.
So it's, you know, we can discuss all that stuff, you know, when everybody's here and after everybody's seen the assignments, where they currently stand. Yes.
I thought of something the other day, and this is sort of a transition thing. When we sign on the dotted line with Denise, we're going to need letters to the other two disappointed candidates. I've mentioned this to you, Maureen. I think, and you know, you do what you want, Tom, but I think Maureen can draft those for your approval.
Mhm.
But I will make you an offer that you won't want to refuse. I think they deserve phone calls
Mhm.
from the chair, but I'll do it as the chair of the meeting that they interviewed at, if you want.
I would be happy to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Twist his arm.
I thought you would.
Tom, if I may just
Yeah.
say that the agenda for the 14th, we've been compiling that, it's quite lengthy. One of the items is the Chapter 61, we're trying to get going with or without the 120-day extensions. So just, I'll share that with you, but there are quite a few items on there right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably stop in and talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, great, I'll print that out.
But, you know, if everybody's good with that, that's, you know, that's my thought process for the beginning, and we'll see where everything else starts to land, but.
Okay.
Alex? I have one more thing. Can I?
Sure.
Oh, am I still chairing?
You said you were.
Ms. Sturgis. Ms.
Well,
Sturgis.
I just want to say, as an observer over the last year in particular, I just, thank you, Jim, for
Thank you for
putting
saying
up
that.
for a year that no one could have possibly anticipated, so.
Thank you for saying that. No
A lot
one
of
could have
grace.
anticipated that.
Right.
At some
COVID
point,
seemed to be the easy part compared to what some of the other things that you have to deal with, so.
yeah, it was tragic in a lot of ways.
Very
But,
sad.
you know, we
Things
all.
we hope we don't have to deal with again.
Right,
Yes.
and we all kind of did our best. I'm sure we all made some mistakes, but we all did our best along the way. Someday I will tell you the story of April 18th, 2020,
Is that Patriots Day?
Patriots Day weekend. But thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
And I agree.
Thank you. I'm happy to be moving to the back bench.
As long as you guys all stay close.
Absolutely.
Keep me from going off the rails.
So if there's nothing else properly before the board, and I don't think there is, I'll take a motion.
I would only like to thank you for chairing and all of your hard work as a selectman.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
16 minutes.
Oh, well.